Assessment centres are a really interesting beast. Look, at the moment, GHD doesn't do assessment centres. We do more interviews. If we did go to an assessment centre model, the general way that it would work would be a bit of an introduction, so that you get to know us, we get to know you, a little bit of an icebreaker activity. The next stage would probably be a large group task that you would then do with some of the other students that, look to be really straightforward, that you are competing with to get the job. Now, what we're looking for in those group activities is the way that you behave, the way that you interact with those other students. Because what we're essentially doing is we're assessing your behaviors that we can see through that process. And I guess the reason that kind of group task is really beneficial is that you can't see interaction in an interview. An interview, which would be the next stage in the assessment centre, usually a shorter interview, but still a behavioural-based one. And again, if you know anything about behavioural-based interviews, research the STAR method. I won't go into this because this isn't meant to be a really long-form video instruction, but do check out the STAR method on the internet. There's plenty of great advice there on how to respond in that fashion for those questions. That interview, usually about 20 minutes or so, would be the typical length for an assessment centre catch-up. And then that's kind of it, So not a huge amount of work that you need to do, although it does go on for, probably about half a day. If you're successful at an assessment centre stage, we wouldn't have another stage in the process after that. It would just be going straight through to an offer.
Perfect. So, and just to clarify, Steve, so GHD, you don't do assessment centres, they go straight to interview, is that right?
Well, we might be doing them this year.
Okay.
That's why I said we don't do them at the moment, but if we did, because we're kind of hedging our bets. I mean, we have an assessment centre pro forma build. The challenge that we've got is it's really hard to do that digitally.
Right.
If we can do them face to face, then yes, we will be going to an assessment centre structure where we can bring students into the office and run it that way. If I don't know, because the company hasn't really done a lot of them. So trying to educate hiring managers and build something that can be done virtually, I think may be too much of a challenge given the size of the intake that we need to work with this year, but we're keeping our options open.